So you want to build a Crosskart. That's great news because in today's video we have a step-by-step breakdown of how much the cost of materials and other things are going to be for this project. Starting off, we have the most expensive, the top of the list of everything that it's going to run you for these four items. These are going to be your most expensive, the most difficult things to get your hands on. So starting off, we have the engine, the powertrain. For me, I spent $2,000 on my GSXR 600 street bike engine. Now, you can definitely find things cheaper than that. You can definitely find lower horsepower. That's just what I wanted for my build. Now, you can go on Marketplace. You can find a lot better things, a lot better deals than what I had. I definitely recommend getting a donor bike. So finding a full motorcycle on Marketplace, Craigslist, something like that. It's going to save you a whole lot of time and money compared if you buy something on eBay, which I've looked into a lot, but based off other people's failures with that, it's going to cost a whole lot more than if you just buy an entire motorcycle fully from Marketplace. So moving on, we got the materials. Now, where I work, I actually work at a steel yard pretty much, fab shop. So I get all my stuff on discount, but I price this as if you guys were buying it, how much it would cost. You're roughly going to need about 8 to 12 full 20-foot sticks of tubing. Now, I used 1 3/8 by 120 wall DOM tubing. Now, you can definitely cut corners depending on your fab skills and use ERW, and you can even go even thinner than that. I just priced it for 1 3/8 tubing compared to normal things like 1.5 inches, but for my application, I didn't need anything bigger than that. And I've still overkilled the crap out of my buggy. One corner that you can cut by doing these projects is similar to my most recent buggy build. I found the cheapest tubing I could on our website, and that was 1 1/8 by 0.120 wall DOM tubing, and it's 10 times cheaper than the other that I found. And this new buggy that I'm building was going to have a lot less horsepower engine, a lot less torque, so we weren't too worried about real high speed wrecks. So 1 1/8 is going to be just fine for what I need, and there's going to be a lot of cross bracing, so there's no need to worry about that. It's going to be roughly 8 to 12 full sticks of that tubing, so you're looking about 903 to 1355 just in material, just in steel. Now, depending on your ability of fabrication, you can save a lot of those drops and repurpose that into cross bracing and stuff like that and find other aspects for that. But this is just a rough idea of how much that's going to cost you. Moving on, we got tires and wheels. Keep in mind, everything I'm listing besides the steel is going to be linked in the description. So if you guys want all the links to everything that I've used on my buggies, you can go in the description, find them on Amazon, eBay, stuff like that, and order it yourself. Follow along and see how much it costs you in the long run. So tires and wheels. I've got 2 different links down in the description for a set of tires, and then I found a set of tires and wheels on Amazon that work for a golf cart. So if you're going to use lower horsepower applications for your buggy, that's a great way to cut some costs, as well as looking on Marketplace, which is what I recommend the majority of you looking for saving money. Look on Marketplace you'll be able to find 90% of the stuff that you need on Marketplace. So if you're going to look on Amazon, a set of tires is going to cost you about $270 for the exact pair, the exact set of 4 that I used for my buggy. And then a set of rims is going to cost you fairly near the same price, about $250. Now, if you want the set of tires and rims together already on with each other, I recommend the farthest link down so far in my description is about $500 for the rims and tires. Moving on to shocks. This is the last thing on the most expensive list. Shocks, you can definitely cut corners. I definitely did. For both of these 2 buggies I've built, the front shocks I've used off of quads, 4-wheeler, because usually they're strong enough that the front end has the least amount of weight compared to the rear, so you should be able to cut some corners and use lighter shocks for the front end compared to the rear. Now, the rear end, my buggy, the first buggy I built, I used 2 on each side, and I used Monroe truck shocks. And that's mainly because I didn't want to spend an extreme amount of money on shocks. Now, for my newest buggy, I found a new set of Polaris Ranger 900 side-by-side shocks, and those are actually plenty strong enough for these applications, which I wish I would have used those on my first buggy I built. So I did just link those ones in the description because it was cheaper this way anyway. So we got four. So we got some side by side truck shocks, and those are going to run you about $172 for the two in the rear, and I estimated front to be about $130. Now, again, I recommend looking on Marketplace. You should be able to cut these costs at least in half. So always Marketplace first. Moving on, we are going to tally up the cost of the other miscellaneous things you're going to need for the project. Okay, we are going to be starting off with the front hubs and brake kit that I found for my new buggy. I'm not going to be pricing up how I did my other one, strictly because I used the front end off of a Honda Rincon, and I used the control arms, the hubs, the brakes, everything from that assembly, so it cost me nothing. So I found a kit for this new buggy that I'm using for 120 bucks, and that comes with the hubs, the brake lines, the brake discs, the cylinders, everything. And that costs $120. Now we're also going to move on to the steering rack. The steering rack I used off of a Polaris Razor 900 or 1000, I can't remember exactly, and that costs $105. Now I definitely recommend using that one specifically because it's very heavy duty compared to the ones that KJ Racing recommended. Used that one on the first buggy I built, and riding it in the woods doing a donut, I sheared the eye bolt off of that assembly, off that steering rack. So I'm not using that one anymore. So I used the Polaris Razor side by side steering rack and arms, Heim joints, and everything. Next, we got the sprocket for the driveline. We got a 60 tooth sprocket, and that costed about $60. Well, it was more like $70. Next up, we got the CV axles. I used Mazda Miata CV axles, and those cost about $165. I recommend using those because they have a 4-inch bolt pattern that is necessary in order to connect to the driveline assembly. Now, with that being said, you're also going to have to buy the adapters to connect to the 1.25" drive line that you're going to need. And that adapter costs about $100 because it comes with two of them, and that's the way you need to bolt the drive line to the sprocket or brake disc on the other side to the 1.25" live axle. Now, with that being said, you're also going to need the live axle kit from Go Power Sports, which is an 1.25", and that costs about $40. It comes with the bearing housings that with the bolt-on weldable connectors with that as well. Now, what I don't have on here is the 1.25" live axle itself with the keyway. Now, I got mine from where I work. They're real cheap. It's like 15 to 20 bucks if you get like 8 to 10 inches, which is all you need. I have a driveline video. I'll link it in the description. You should definitely go check out the driveline video as well to see how I build it, because it's really simple. But if you're going to use it for any application above a 600cc Gixxer engine, you're going to have to go with a spline shaft and do a different assembly than what I did because it'll shear that keyway easily. Now, going on brake disc, I also didn't put a brake disc on this because I laser cut mine at work, and pretty much cost me next to nothing. That's real cheap. Now, to go along with that CV axle driveline system, you're going to need Mazda Miata hubs 4x110, and they need to go to 4x100 millimeter. And so that adapter also costs you about $100. Now, the seat, I used the cheapest seat I could find pretty much compared to those aluminum bucket seats, which you don't need. I used this seat for both of my buggies, and it worked out great. They're $70, and they're real easy. You can get covers for them as well for pretty cheap as well. And then we got Heim joints. For my first buggy, I used Heim joints for every single connection. So 8 on the control arms, 8 connecting the control arm to the knuckle, and that's just overkill. I didn't need that much. So for the new buggy, I only used Heim joints connecting the knuckle and the control arm to the frame. The Heim joints, the 8 that I used for this next buggy, cost about $140. Now, brakes for the rear end of the buggy. I used the master cylinder off of the donor bike that I got with the engine and everything, so I used those brakes for that rear end, which I definitely recommend doing if you get a donor bike. Saves you a lot of cost. And the majority of all this stuff you should be able to find on Marketplace. Again, it's going to be so much easier to cut costs. I definitely recommend doing that first. So, in total of the lower portion of the whiteboard, we are going to be looking about $1,078 in total for the miscellaneous parts that you're going to need. Now, if we tally up everything, the most expensive compared to the other miscellaneous stuff you're going to be looking at a grand total of $4,673 starting off. Now, keep in mind, $4,000, almost $5,000 compared to the competitors' Sierra cars, which cost upward to $40,000 to $70,000. That is a crazy difference compared if you've ever seen a Sierra car compared to the first buggy that I built. They look very similar, and I love how it turned out. And 4,600 compared to 40,000 is a crazy difference for a very similar experience. But I hope this helped you guys in figuring out how much you're going to be needing to spend for a project like this. It definitely is necessary to figure it out at the beginning before starting, so you can create a budget. But I will have links to everything in the description that I used for both buggies and how much all of that costs. So definitely let me know if this helped you in the comments. I hope this has set you straight for your project and build. Let me know what you guys think. But thank you all for watching.
Them ruts and fly, dude. I hit one on my belly, I thought I died. Come on! That's awesome. It just whips you around like a rag doll.